Hey Broncos fans, it is that time again. The calendar is getting towards the end of October and it is championship season in the CIAA. We've got the entire men's and women's cross country team here who's getting ready to head to Salem, Virginia. For the women, it's all about bringing home a 5th straight conference title, and for the men, they're trying to do something for the first time in program history. I'm Andrew Chapman. Thanks for joining us here on the Going the Distance Show, Championship Edition on the Broncos Sports Network. Well, we are joined by the entire crew here. We have the men's and the women's team, the Broncos cross country team, along with head coach Inez Turner. And Coach, I'll start with you for those that are just trying to catch up on what has been the Broncos cross country season. You guys have competed in some challenging meets, and for the men, they've experienced some of the best success in program history, and for the women, it's been more of the same this year. Can you give us a little bit of a briefing of how the season has gone for both the men and the women this year?
The season has gone very well. We ran 5 meets, and it was nothing but some great history for the school. We watched the ladies doing their thing as usual, finishing many of the times, or most of the times, or all of the time, winning the meets when it comes on to the CIAA competition, and doing very well among D1, D2 schools. We watched the guys for the first time in program history blasting everything when it comes on to winning everything in the CIAA competition. We have some great performances by all 5 guys, all 8 guys, I'm sorry. We have an exceptional when it comes on to Hillary and Derek, and definitely I'm just going to call all the names because they're doing extremely well. We've seen Hillary set out of the 5 meets that he ran, we watched him PR 4 times in his record, running his best time of 24:29 the last meet, which was very, very good. So we're doing very well. We did great coming up to this, and the end of the day is we're going for this on Thursday, and they know the deal.
Sierra, you're a senior now, and you've gotten to see the women take home, the majority of these trophies that we have here in front of us, and you've been a part of those championship teams. And what would you say over the seasons has been the consistent thing, the key to sustaining that success in a competitive CIAA for the women's team?
Honestly, right now it's heart. Coach Turner tells us all the time to run with your heart. The faster you finish is the faster that you're done. So we all have sat here and literally have practiced really hard, took the time to work on what we need to work on, and we run together, we train together, we work hard. So this is a hard-working group. It's probably the hardest working group I've ever been a part of. But in the past seasons, haven't been that strong, but this year is the strongest group I've ever been a part of, which is a good thing, meaning that when it comes to championships, they're going to be afraid of us, honestly. I feel like they're going to be afraid of us because it's 7 girls that can do it, and it's even 9 girls that can still do it all together. So I think that we're really, really prepared, and I honestly feel like with the teams that we've had in the previous, we've all worked hard so we could win these championships that are sitting right here. So I think they're all prepared and ready to go on Thursday.
Coach, I remember talking to you at the start of the season about trying to go for a 5th straight title on the women's side, and you said there's nothing easy about it. There's other programs in the conference that are going after you guys. You have a target on your back at this point, and you said you can't take anything for granted, right? That was kind of a message going in.
Definitely, and still is. I always tell the athletes, don't take anything for granted. We're going to push with all our heart. Every time we go to training, it's another day to think about championship. Of course, Fayetteville State, as you can see, with our 4th straight and consecutive championship, we set the stage. And the good thing about it, there's some great competitions out there. Competition is good. From ever since I was a student athlete, I love the competition. And so these athletes know what they need to do. We get out there, we practice together, as Sarah would say. I ask them to let their teammate be their opponent. So are they ready for their opponents? Absolutely.
We have freshman Nia Gibson in the front row as well, right here next to Coach. And Nia, when you enter a program, first year for you, and have the success that you have, how do you reflect upon that? Because you come into a program with a lot of expectations, trophies, and you're that underclassman that's supposed to continue that success. So how would you evaluate the season, and how did you take on a little bit of that pressure maybe coming into such a successful program?
Well, I think it's very important for our incoming freshmen, myself included, to carry on this legacy. And on Thursday, through hard work and dedication, I think we can really do some great things and go for that 5th championship. At the beginning, coming in, it was definitely a lot of pressure because we all wanted to, continue on this legacy, do the best we can, and really fight hard for their team because these girls have worked so hard. And to come in and be part of such a successful program, I think that's amazing. So hopefully, everyone on Thursday can do their best and succeed, and we can bring home that 5th championship.
Up in the second row, we have Mercy as well, who's been one of the key runners for the Broncos this year, Mercy Chematai. And Mercy, what advantage do you think it played early in the year when you guys were able to compete against some of those Division I schools? Like Coach said, she makes the schedule tough on you guys and makes you face some very talented programs. And how has that gotten you ready for this point of the year to go run in the championships?
I think competing with the D1 schools has really helped to gauge where you are. So with gradual, every meet that you go each and every time, you have to learn and on what you have to work for.
Is there one specific race that you or the team has run this year that you're really proud of this was our best weekend, this is when I think we were at our best?
I think every meet was a good meet because with every meet we had to improve from the previous times we had. So as long as we're making a gradual improvement, I think we gauge every meet as a good meet.
Is there ever a challenge, Coach, just trying to push these girls to another level, trying to find another level when you've seen all the success that they have? When you make the schedule every year, do you say, okay, this is something that I think can challenge us a little bit more than last year, and how do you go about making that schedule?
Oh, definitely. And Nia sitting here with the other freshmen, they know when I get our freshmen coming in, blending in with our upperclassmen, which, at the end of the day, they set that tone. I definitely tried my best to let our freshmen know that, especially what you come here with, the times that you got recruited for, don't be afraid. So I start preparing their mind so that we can level out with the upperclassmen to let them know, don't be afraid. Yes, you may be coming from high school. Yes, you may be competing like this, but you are right here. This is your time. Don't be afraid. I challenge them to go challenge their upperclassmen. And so it's not a big of a challenge, but to get their heart to understand that, hey, I can have big heart in this. If Coach Turner says I can do this, I can do this.
Let's talk a little bit about the men's program as well, who are going into the championships this week, trying for their first title in program history. I believe we have, Hillary, I think, is on the back line right there. Pass it over to Hillary. Put the mic in the right spot there. So Hillary, sophomore now with the program, and it felt like that Blueberry Invitational, start of the year, the men take first place in that run, and how much of a confidence builder was that for you guys the rest of the season? Say, hey, we've done something that we haven't done before, and this can take us a long way.
I think this season, I think it's our season, and it's a season to make history in this school. I think at the beginning of the season, we started the season well, and every meet we improve our times. We set school records every meet, and we are still making history. So I think this season, it's our season, and we are on Thursday. We are trying to bring our trophy for men. I think it will be the first trophy in history, and we are ready to make history.
Charles Pumbu, he's the graduate student of the group, the elder statesman, so to say, of the men's program at this stage in his career. And Charles, I think you can speak best to the road to this point for the men's program, going back to your early underclassmen years where there wasn't necessarily a ton of success, and now bringing in all the talented runners that you have behind you, and being a few runs away here from bringing home the first title. So where you started from where you are now, how proud are you when you look back on your time at Fayetteville State and the friends and the athletes that you've gotten to compete with?
First of all, thank you, and thank God for being here at first. If I had to write a book, I would write a book. You know, it's been a history. You know, me coming here was a miracle, and also living here, I want to live as a miracle. You know, I want to leave my footprint with the program. Really, like coming here as a freshman, you know, I met a bunch of guys. We had such a good team. We worked hard. You know, but we really never got to a point of where we at right now. So I feel like, you know, God really has been with us throughout the program. You know, we built from the ground up till now, and where we at right now, it's just like everything is just so amazing. You know, us placing, you know, being on a position that we never been before on the CI, because at first people really was not really noticing Fayetteville State as like the main team as right now. So it's like everywhere we go now, it's like, yeah, we really got to check them out. You know, we kind of like got people scared of us right now. But I'm proud of the team that I had before. But I'm very, very proud with the team that I have right now. You know, me being a grad student, you know, I never thought I was gonna come back and run again. But you know, by God's grace, I'm here, and I'm so happy to be a part of history. You know, I'm so happy to be here, even though I went through a lot my senior year. Well, I mean, right now. A lot of injuries, you know. I didn't get to run in the beginning of the season, but thank God I'm back and I'm better, you know. Glad to be here and ready to make history.
Can you describe that just competition level a little bit and what can be expected this coming meet, the CIAA Championships, in comparison to some of the other meets that you've been a part of this year and through your career? Is there a certain competitiveness to this run that kind of surpasses all the others that you've been a part of?
Yeah, I mean, what I would say, I think when it comes to this championship, it's going to be a lot of dogfight. It's going to be a fight, you know, just the way we challenging ourselves at practice right now. You know, we made each other, you know, we make each other go harder. So I feel like championship is going to be, it's going to be a lot of fight, a lot of surprises. I can't really say much till we get there and see exactly what's going to happen, but I can't promise that, you know, something going to happen that we never seen before.
The sophomore Ivan Delgado is with us as well, and Ivan, I was just curious, from someone that doesn't necessarily follow the sport, an outsider that doesn't really know the difference between the individual element and the team element. It's kind of a weird balancing act where you're trying to run your best races, but then also you're trying to put up times that help your team place in the best spot. And how have you balanced that, over your career, and how does a runner balance that? If I want to be at my best, but I also want to be running as a team member, as a part of the whole group.
For that, I would say, as an individual, we always practice as a team. So we work hard as a team. So and we'll finish strong as a real team by helping each other out and help each other trying to improve their times, try to get a great time. So we'll definitely as long as we stay healthy and we stay motivated and active,
right.
We will definitely have a really successful season, and especially for the men, men's as we're going this for the first time in history.
Derek Kipchumba is right behind you as well, and Ivan mentioned something there, Derek, that I think stands out, and that you guys are self-motivators, but also team motivators, pushing each other to all get better up until this stage, and you've been one of the key pieces of the men's team this year. Can you speak a little bit on that, just the internal motivation that you guys have as a team, pushing each other meet after meet, race after race to get to this point where you've been?
First, I want to say thank you so much. As a team, when I look around, every time we're on the track, every time we're at Cape Fear, we work as a team, we push as a team. Every time we see Hillary pushing up there, we just say, we're coming for your cake every time. And and it kind of seems selfish, but it's motivating.
Yes.
Every time we push ourselves, every time we see somebody move fast, the other guy's gonna say, we're coming for your pie, and I'm gonna push myself. And that's the greatest thing that I have as a team, and I really appreciate the team. This Thursday we're gonna bring the championship home, and Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I guess on that note, Coach, I'll finish with you. You know, for the men's program and for the women as well. You know, what would it mean to you as a coach? What would it mean to all these athletes here and the efforts that they've put forward this year? If you can add a couple more trophies coming home for the men for the first time ever, and for the women for a 5th time in a row.
Well, anybody knows Coach Turner knows that Coach Turner loves history. And it's not about pressuring any student athlete, pressuring anything. It's because God says you can do it. And so bringing home another 2, I just said to the athletes, how many trophies are here? They said 4. I said, is it odd or is it equal? They said it's equal. It's an equal number. So what is going to make it equal again? 2 more. And so I just want to encourage these athletes, as we're here to again, they hear this every day, to go out there with a big heart. When you hear Coach Turner says big heart, it's big heart. You've trained for it, you worked hard, you're ready to go. And so it's going to mean a lot coming home, especially getting something from the guys for sure. And you know, our main focus is to go and get the top wins. And can they do it? Are they prepared? Are they ready? Absolutely.
No doubt. The Broncos have worked up to this point, success throughout the entire season, and now it's time to go try and compete for a conference title this Thursday on the road in Salem, Virginia. The men and the women will be off and running, and we will be wishing them luck the entire way. Make sure to tune into Broncos social media at FSU Broncos on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well for all of the updates from the CIAA Cross Country Championships. I'm Andrew Chapman with the entire men's and women's cross country programs. Thanks again so much for tuning into the Broncos Sports Network and the Going the Distance show. So long, everybody.